I've taken an early step to drop the price of my condo, but I'm sure that other people are going to do the same. Welcome to Financial Nirvana Mama. I'm very excited to present this video to you today. It's an unfortunate circumstance right now. Since the coronavirus has taken over China in late 2019 and rapidly spread around the world, causing a global lockdown, which is a Black Swan event, which is unpredictable, that has severe consequences. I feel like it's also presented so many amazing opportunities, which is why I really want to talk to you about today. And I think that if you're patient enough, you might be able to get into the rental market in the upcoming year or the next year, and there's going to be some once in a lifetime opportunities. I also want to talk about how to protect yourself during the pandemic if you choose to invest in real estate. Hi guys, if you want to see more of these videos, let me know by subscribing. And that lets me know to create more of these videos for you. Now let's get back to the video. Coronavirus is an example of a Black Swan event. Now, in the past, we've seen Gulf War, we've seen the SARS event, we've seen the global financial crisis. And in every one of those events, we've seen that the market has gone turmoil. So we've seen at least 20% drops in the stock market. We've seen like the global financial crisis, which has caused a crazy real estate drop in the US. Now, what we're facing right now has also caused a domino effect. If you've been watching the oil markets lately, you'll know that, well, even if you didn't watch the oil markets, if you just watch the gas prices have gone severely cheap. I haven't seen gas prices like this since university, which is way back for me. Coronavirus, which is this crazy Black Swan event, has now propagated to other Black Swan events. So the second one being overproduction of oil, which propagated to then with the oversupply oil with very little demand. Now it's costing, these companies are paying people to store their oil, which is another Black Swan event. This has never happened. For every 1% unemployment rate, they're predicting around 4% drop in housing prices. And what we've seen in the past month is like this crazy amount of unemployment claims, or these analysts are all saying is that this could be a long-term event that's not just going to happen 2020, but into 2021, where you're going to see the housing prices drop. So then if you find a property that's dropped $10,000 to $20,000, it still doesn't mean it is a great price. So one of the easiest ways to get into the real estate market is by actually, if you live in a home or a condo or a townhome, is renting it out and then going buy another property. So if you're one of those people who are like, oh, I've always wanted to be a real estate investor, well, I just told you an easy strategy, which is taking the home that you're living in right now, renting it out, and then going to buy another one. Now, that doesn't mean just go jump out and buy another one right now, because people not working, with the economy contracting, it will cause a chaos in the stock market. Now, the housing market, it's a lot slower than that. You don't see drops over a course of weeks. You see drops over a course of many months. It's a snail, which is great because it doesn't scare you as much as watching the stock market. But at the same time, you don't see the effect if you're not patient enough. Start getting listings from your real estate agent. Start looking at the housing prices, and you'll start getting a feel for your neighborhood or that area that you really want to invest in. You start seeing, okay, what's a good price and what's a bad price. And you'll start seeing a drop in housing prices. Look at the listings. Make sure if you find something that you like and you want to live in, really think, can you see yourself being able to rent it out and rent it out at a right price? So it doesn't work if you just find this townhome that happens to drop in like $10,000 and think that's a great deal. It may not be a great deal because it could be still expensive. And Also, the rent you're going to collect may be not the rent that you thought you could collect, say, a month ago. One of the ways to figure out what type of rent you can collect is ask your real estate agent. They can give you a range, go back a couple years. If you happen to be in a hot housing market now, skip the hot housing market, go back a couple years, ask your real estate agent to do that. They can give you a huge range in rental prices over the past 3 years, and then you'll get a feel of what you can rent it out. So make sure that you drive a hard bargain, because the way to make money in real estate is location, 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 and buying right. So buying the property at the right price. Now, if you feel like it's scary, I would say, despite all the things that are happening right now, it is, in the grand scheme over a decade, it's going to be a short-term crisis, like all these other Black Swan events. It's a short-term crisis that presents long-term opportunity. So if you're planning to buy rental properties, always think, can you see yourself holding it for at least 10 years? And if you can, then you're going to do fine, because the massive pandemic that's happening right now, it's driving interest rate low, and it's going to stay low for a very long time. And when there's low interest rates, the housing market tends to go up because it's cheap money. Another great thing is that the housing market always increases with inflation in Canada. So if the inflation is 2%, and you, over a course of 10 years, grand scheme of things, you hold it for long term. So what's it going to be like in the next 2 years? As long as you're not going to sell, you're probably going to be okay. Now, hi everyone. If you want videos more like this, do me a favor. Subscribe below, give me a thumbs up, and I'll continue making more. Until then, I'll talk to you later.